So, Peter, you've described feeling adrift, a lack of direction. Can you elaborate?
It's everything, I guess. Work, relationships, even just figuring out what I want.
Let's start with work. You've held several positions, correct?
Yes, I said, a touch defensively, but none of them felt right. I always seemed to butt heads with authority, or maybe it was the other way around. The memory of being passed over for promotion yet again stung. The unspoken truth hung in the air. I wasn't incompetent, just different.
And college?
More of the same. Lots of studying, good grades, but I still felt isolated, like I was observing life from behind a glass wall, unable to really participate.
And your relationships? The psychiatrist's gaze was steady, unwavering.
My first real relationship was complicated. She was older, confident, and seemed to know exactly who she was. I was drawn to her, maybe because she represented everything I felt I wasn't. Grounded, experienced, sure of herself. At first I felt seen in a way I never had before. But I was always anxious, always second-guessing myself, afraid I'd say or do the wrong thing. I wanted to be close, but I didn't know how to let my guard down. It ended quickly. She said I was too distant, too hard to reach. I told myself I didn't care, but the truth is, it hurt more than I expected. Since then, I haven't had much success. I seem to scare people away. Or maybe I'm just scared of being close. That first relationship left a mark. It made me question if I was even capable of real intimacy, or if I'd always be stuck behind that invisible wall. Sometimes I wonder if I'm protecting myself, or just keeping myself alone. I felt a flicker of self-awareness, a momentary crack in the wall I usually kept up. What if the right path isn't one that anyone else has walked before? What if my true calling is to create something entirely new, something that doesn't fit into any existing mold, to define success for myself, on my own terms? But what if I can't? What if I'm not enough? Doubt crept in, heavy and suffocating. The weight of past expectations and unfulfilled potential pressed down on me. I remembered the long hours, the relentless drive, the moments of quiet perseverance that shaped me. Every job, every challenge, every late night, they all taught me resilience. They proved I could work hard, adapt, and keep going. Even now, as I reflect, I realize that seeking a new direction takes courage. It's not weakness, it's a sign of strength. I am not defined by failure, but by the willingness to search for meaning. I am someone who is searching, who refuses to settle, someone willing to fight for a life that feels truly fulfilling. I sit with this realization, letting it settle, the idea of defining success for myself. It's a new thought, unfamiliar but intriguing. The possibility is both exhilarating and terrifying.
Medication addresses the symptoms, Peter. Therapy addresses the root causes. We need to explore those deeper fears, those ingrained beliefs that are holding you back. Perhaps we can start by identifying specific instances where you felt this resistance to authority, this pull towards the outside.
There was this one time in my last job. My boss wanted me to use this outdated software. I suggested an alternative, more efficient program, something I knew would streamline the whole process. He shot it down immediately, even though the numbers proved my point, said I was being insubordinate, questioning his decisions. I trailed off.
And how did that make you feel?
Frustrated and then angry, but mostly I felt misunderstood, like he couldn't see beyond his own rigid system.
So the conflict wasn't just about the software, was it? It was about a clash of perspectives, a resistance to a hierarchical structure that felt limiting to your creativity and efficiency.
Yes, and it wasn't just about that one time. That was one of many instances where I felt the same way. I've always been comfortable outside the structure. I thrive with autonomy. I'm good at finding solutions but always feel restrained by those in charge.
Perhaps this is a key to understanding your path, Peter. Your discomfort isn't a flaw, but a sign of something more profound, an innate preference for independent thought and creation. Explore this direction. Consider the possibility that your true potential lies outside the traditional career paths, outside the expected norms. Explore avenues where your autonomy, your independent thinking are valued and encouraged. What are your passions? Where do you find yourself truly engaged and inspired?